Hi there, entrepreneurs. It's Mukonki, Mukonkela, the host of the Ndalama Insights Business Show. In today's video, I want to look at what does it take to become an entrepreneur. You see, so many times I've been asked this question. Many people look at successful entrepreneurs, especially those that are working. They'll look at people that have ventured out into business and they'll be wondering to say, what does it take to become an entrepreneur? How did you do this? And so today I want us to look at what does it take to become an entrepreneur. So get ready and join me as we look at this. What is entrepreneurship? I don't want to go into, definitions of entrepreneurship and all of that, but all I'll say is entrepreneurship has to do with business. You venture out into business, and entrepreneurs do what they love to do. But the key thing here is they make money out of what they love to do. And so you can become an entrepreneur. The fact that you're actually asking this question, what does it take to become an entrepreneur, for me indicates that you have what it takes to become an entrepreneur. Because entrepreneurship is simply doing something to make money, out of it. You could be a skilled carpenter, you could be a practicing doctor, or you could be a lawyer or an accountant like myself. And then you want to start doing this on your own. The key thing about an entrepreneur is it's somebody that uses their skill to make money out of it. So as long as you can do something, it can be anything. You don't need to go to school, I think, to be an entrepreneur. What it is anything that you love to do. As long as you can make money out of it, then you become an entrepreneur. But I think rather than asking yourself, how you should become an entrepreneur, which I think is really easy. It's as easy as, just using your skill to make money out of it. And if you want to turn it into a business and not just so that it remains a hobby, you even go further and register your company with PACRA, and it becomes a serious business that people look at, and then people will prefer you as an entrepreneur. But I think the question you should be asking yourself, rather than asking yourself how to become an entrepreneur, you need to ask yourself, how do you succeed in entrepreneurship? Because I think that is where the issue really is. Because there are so many people. You go to PACRA today, you're going to find there are thousands of companies that are registered with PACRA. But very few are actually successful. And so it is one thing to become an entrepreneur, it is another thing to actually succeed in entrepreneurship. And so the question you should be asking yourself is, what does it take to succeed as an entrepreneur? And there are things that you need to do in order for you to succeed in entrepreneurship. Key things that I think, in my personal experience, you need to succeed as an entrepreneur. And one of them is resilience. The word resilience is a word that I love because it talks about your ability to pick yourself up after you fail. And what you're going to discover as you venture out in entrepreneurship is that you're going to fail many times, and many doors are going to be shut on you. I know some of you might be working right now and are dreaming about becoming entrepreneurs, and you probably have, fans or people that are encouraging you to just get started. But once you get started with entrepreneurship, you find that many of your colleagues actually even start closing doors on you on opportunities that you felt could be easy because you knew them. And so one thing you're going to discover when you venture out on this path of entrepreneurship is that it's going to be really hard and you are going to fail many times. So you need to have the character of resilience, which is the ability for you to fall but also pick yourself up. And this is really, really hard to do. So if you are the kind that always, feels like I always succeed in what I do, I never fail, entrepreneurship is about failure. I am pretty sure you've heard of Thomas Edison, and he's a famous man. Apparently he discovered the light bulb, and so when asked as to why he failed 10,000 times when creating this light bulb, what Thomas Edison said is very interesting, and I really love it because he said, I did not fail 10,000 times, but I discovered 10,000 ways of not to design a light bulb. I think that's what he said. I don't remember the exact words, but I think that's what he said. The principle behind that is that when you are an entrepreneur, you are going to fail a lot of times, but take that failure as a lesson until one day you are obviously going to start succeeding. And so one thing you need to understand, if you are going to succeed as an entrepreneur, is that you are going to fail many times. Many doors are going to be shut on you, but you need to be resilient. Resilient means you need to fall, but also pick yourself up. And the other thing is hard work. Now, this is interesting. You need to be extremely hardworking. But remember, and this is something I'm going to cover in my next video, you can be hardworking, but hard work is not good enough. But one thing you need to do to be successful as an entrepreneur, which is very important, is hard work. You need to work really, really hard. And if you are working right now and you're dreaming of becoming an entrepreneur, you need to understand that the kind of hard work you need as an entrepreneur might be different from what you're currently doing as an employee. The mindsets are very different. And so you really need to understand what hard work means when it comes to you managing your own business. And the final thing I wanted to talk about in today's video when it comes to how you can succeed in entrepreneurship is discipline. Discipline in so many areas. So you need to be disciplined in how you manage your finances, in how you spend your money. You need to be disciplined in terms of what kinds of jobs you take on. You need to be disciplined in so many areas, and that brings you to be really clear about what your business is about. And so there are so many things that you need to understand in order for you to succeed as an entrepreneur. So rather than asking yourself, how can I become an entrepreneur, which is a question that many people ask, you need to ask yourself, how can I succeed in entrepreneurship? Because when you ask yourself that question, you're then able to actually start learning, educating yourself in terms of how you can succeed, and learn from examples of other successful entrepreneurs. The Ndalama Insights Business Show, both the podcast, the radio program, and now this YouTube channel provides you with a lot of insights in terms of how you can actually succeed as an entrepreneur. And so, if you want to grow your business, if you want to succeed as an entrepreneur, remember to subscribe to this channel by clicking the red subscribe button on this channel, as well as the bell icon, so that you can be reminded whenever I have a YouTube video out. And also remember to share the web. So join me next time as I look at hard work. Is it enough?